I love my dharma. I remain and will remain unshaken in it. Nothing can move me away from the very fabric and foundation of this great heritage to which I belong. I remain in it and I serve in it with pride, with dignity, with confidence, and shares the faith that this dharma will continue not only within the borders of Guyana, but in every other corner of the world. As we look in the year 2004, the percentage of people who serve Sanatana Dharma, who work for Sanatana Dharma, has not decreased. But not only percentage I look at and numbers, but in Guyana, there has never been the involvement in such a positive way of so many young people ever before. And I speak with at least 50 years experience. I know what the Manders were 50 years ago. I remember them in the Lodji days. And you will not forget, as I will not forget, that in the past, people believed that the Manders were for the older folks. But we have seen as time marches on that you can hardly find aged and senior citizens within the walls of the Mandir in any corner of this country and even in North America. All our Mandirs are now fully occupied by children and young people. And I want to join with Chandra in congratulating all those who have been working with the young people. Last night, I raised the concept of avatar, incarnation. Two avatars, incarnation, which stand out are Sri Ram and Sri Krishna. As you examine the period when Bhagwan Ram and Bhagwan Krishna reigned, you will find similarities, but you will find certain effective difference in the way and manner in which they pursue the same goal and the same objective. Bhagwan Krishna stood on the battlefield of Kurukshetra and unfolded 700 verses in which he addressed every conceivable principle and ideals, leaving for us, as I talk to you tonight, the great gem, the treasure, known to us all as the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Gita today is lifted highly, praised, quoted from, engaging the attention of some of the most brilliant academics of the world, not necessarily of Hindu origin, but thinkers, philosophers, intelligentsia. We therefore should embrace our Gita with greater pride and greater dignity. We look at Ramayan. Ramcharitmanas did not engage metaphysics so much, if at all. But if anyone was to suggest that the Ramayana is not philosophical, that the Ramayana is bereft of the essence of the Upanishad, which is an extension of the Vedas, that person would have been an absolute stranger to the streams of Hindu. So dear sisters and brothers, Rama's approach was practical. Practical. But in the exercise of his practical intellect, he ensured that the philosophical foundation which he set about to construct and build was retained and maintained. And he has left with us certain ideals and certain ideas. And at the suggestion of Prak, this afternoon, I'm reading it to you. एक बार रघुनाथ बुलाए वासी सब आए बैठे गुरु मुनि अनुदित संजन कोई बचन भगत भजन
बैठे सब श्री अनुज मुनि सज्जन बोले बचन भगत भंजन राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
भगवान राम, Sri Ram, enriched the history of the world and added stronger foundation to the fabric of democratic norms and principles. He showed the world that people were important and people must be honored and respected, and they must not be treated anyhow. No matter how small that person is, he or she is equally important. Bhagwan Ram, in extending that principle, on one occasion issued an invitation. To whom? To the teachers, the preceptors, the subjects. No level of the society was excluded. Baite Guru Muni Arudvija Sanjan. Imagine Bhagwan Ram occupying the presiding chair. The Gurus are there. The thrice born are there, Dwij. The sage, the Muni, the Rishi, they are there. And the word Rishi comes from the Sanskrit root Dri, which means to see. And to see does not simply mean that the person is not blind, he's seeing, but he's seeing what ought to be seen. Not just seeing, but seeing the world as it is. Seeing people as they are. Defining what is taking place in the world and interpreting the interaction, behavioral pattern, and the life of the population of the world. It is from that civilized, rich root we have come. A civilization which teaches us to sit, examine, diligently scrutinize, and evaluate not only our own individual life, the life of our own family, but the world at large, of which we are part and parcel. There was a time when we called for vision, but now we call for global vision. There was time when we think we had concern for the limited borders of Guyana, but our concern has led us and must lead us to the point where we look beyond the limitation of our own borders and we look across the world. Ram spoke. What did he say? Bachan, Bhagat Bhav Bhanjan. Bhagwan Ram, in speaking to that esteemed, special, spiritually elevated congregation, people, ensured that he spoke words which will drive every touch, every iota of fear. And any person in this world who succeeds in expunging, divesting, removing from his system all traces of fear, such a person will no doubt rise as courageous heroes and great devotees of Sanatana Dharma. And I must not speak with the belief and the authority, with the haughtiness and the arrogance that I am Ram, so I can say anything and say it however I like. You don't have that right. The true Hindu, the real Hindu, the devout Hindu, the committed Hindu would never take it upon himself to exclude all the rules of humility and modesty and civility and speak anyway, anyhow. And he will speak without at all consciously breaching the conventions that influence and govern society. I must ensure, Bhagwan Ram says to that gathering, that I keep all those factors in mind, nahi aniti nahi kachu prabhutai, so that I don't break the rules and use the opportunity to promote myself. So nahi karahun jo tumahi sohai. I like this. I love this. When Bhagwan Ram was speaking, he says, when I finish talking to you, I want you to listen. He said, when I finish telling you, it is your right to decide what you accept and what you reject. The right to reject, the right to exercise your own mind, the right to give expression to your own conscience, the right to speak and say what you believe in and what you do not believe in, the right to say what is right. Many people in today's world lack the courage to say what they truly think, what their mind tells them, what their heart tells them. They speak to please others and do not necessarily speak the truth and what has to be spoken. Ram says, none of that.
Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Koi sevak
Priyatam Mama Soi.
Koi sevak priyatam mama soi.
Mama anusasan mane koi. Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Jo aniti kachu bhaso bhai. Jo aniti kachu
bhaso bhai. Tav mohi bag jahu bhai bisrai. Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
I want you to leave this yak tonight, not at all believing that you're not important. Each one of you is important. We are all equally important, and don't underwrite and underplay our importance. We can all make a contribution to the world. We can all help to build a better world. And we serve God, we serve our Dharma, we carry out Dharmic principles in every aspect and phase of our life.